What are some of the common mods that you make to a vehicle during, for when you're preparing a vehicle for a rally in order to improve the performance? Some of the common, like 3 common mods that you make.
So first is we put underbody protection shields under the car so that there is no damage to the chamber or the tank or any of the undercarriage, fuel lines, brake lines. That is one. Second is we go for an exhaust upgrade with the intake so that there is better flow of exhaust gases. And the car runs smoother and breathes more freely. Right. And the third is we upgrade the suspension, of course, for better grip and articulation and handling.
Or in गाड़ियों में, like Gypsy में, do you also need to remap the engine, or can you remap the engine?
So in the Gypsy you can't remap it, but you can put different supporting standalone ECUs. So Race Dynamics is one of the options people are using, or there is some people have used Haltech in the past. And the other option nowadays is Link, which is a brand which is commonly being used in other cars in rallying.
Yeah. And anything that you also do to the gearbox in terms of gear ratios to make it faster and through the gears?
Yeah, we do a close ratio gearbox for Gypsy and of course all other cars that we are working on.
Okay. And what about a cold air intake? Do you?
Yeah, we do cold air intake, or we prefer to use a stock replacement filter for rallying because there's more dust and water and other elements. So rather than having an exposed cold air intake, we prefer a stock replacement filter which fits into the OE box.
Okay. And probably do you also do put a bigger diameter air intake pipe from the air filter to the engine chamber?
See, it depends on what car again. Because in some cars you have the air mass flow sensor in that, and if the calibration of that goes, then all your fueling goes haywire. So there is no point in, again, the reliability is compromised.
Right.
At higher altitudes or in more extreme conditions like heat or cold weather in the mountains, then if the calibration is out, then you may have misfiring or.
But isn't that something which is tunable?
Depends again if you are running only a standalone ECU or and then you have to tune it, because over a rally you're going over different terrains and conditions. The conditions may not be the same, altitude may not be the same throughout the rally.
Correct.
So it depends if the ECU is supporting.
3 myths about rallying that people have, which you feel you could clarify.
3 myths would be what? Maybe you could suggest.
I don't know. I think one of the myth which I feel that a lot of the people have is कि rally is extreme rallying में सिर्फ गाड़ी तोड़ने वाला ही हिसाब किताब होता है.
No, so it's about saving your machine. In extreme rallying, you are, if you're doing cross-country rallying, that is you have to pace yourself out, get the right pace, save your car and drive fast. Because if the car breaks down during the rally stage, you cannot finish and then you're out anyway. So the myth is you have to drive fast, but it's not like you just have to keep driving fast only. You need to know where your car is more capable to go faster and when you need to pull back.
So I think second myth मुझे जो लगता है is that many people out there feel that rally driving is extremely reckless driving. Is that true?
Not at all. You need a skill to drive in the rally as well. It's not just about driving fast or recklessly or rashly. It is also about how you drive your car through the corners, how much time you make, how you take a particular corner. As they say, you slow in fast out around a corner.
Right.
What line you're taking. These are different, as you can say, skills that one needs to have.
3 lessons that you have learned from rallying, your rallying experience.
One lesson is, before any rally, strip the car down, and if you think anything is wrong, check it before you go for a rally. And the second one I would say is, never lose hope or give up in any situation. Whether you're stuck somewhere, you have an accident, your car breaks down, you shouldn't lose hope. You need to keep driving your vehicle as much as possible, knowing it, have a connection with the car, so that you know when the car is struggling, when the car is moving. Unless you have that connection with your car, it's difficult. And also important to have a good rapport with your navigator.
What is that experience of a rally driver that you have that has made you change the way you think about things in life?
As I said, one is never lose hope.
Okay.
And in any situation, can be even getting stuck anywhere or whatever it is.
Huh.
Second is to just persevere and keep at it, and you will one day succeed, definitely.
Matlab ki, whatever you do, you will get stuck. Don't be under this impression that you will never get
And
stuck.
it's not going to be a smooth ride.
It will never be a smooth ride.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point, to keep going.
Yes. Keep going for it.
How do you guys in extreme rallying manage to keep your composure over 7 days of extreme rallying? How do you guys do
It is
that?
a part of the game. You have to have composure, otherwise, if you make many more mistakes if you don't have composure.
Because it can be draining. It can be really draining out. I mean, 7 दिन यहाँ एक दिन अगर, I mean, let's face it, आज अगर एक दिन if I'm going flat out on the mountains for even say 150 200 kilometers, it gets on to you after a point of time, and you guys are doing it for 7 days and you're maintaining that mental composure. How do you do it?
It's just you have to train your mind to it, and I guess that's the only way you're going to be able to finish a rally.
Is there a perfect answer for this?
I don't think so.
Okay, can you tell me about a few key factors when it comes to selecting and preparing a rally car for all the budding rally drivers?
So it depends. There are people who are rallying in the Swift also,
Uh-huh.
and in the Polo, in the Gypsy, in the Vitara, and also there are a lot of people who are keen to prepare the Jimny. So it depends what your driving style is and what you like driving and what you are more comfortable with. That is A. And the other thing is what kind of rallying you want to do. You may be comfortable with the Swift or with the, say, the Polo, but you can't drive that in the sand. That's the drawback, because they're not four-wheel drive. Right?
But those vehicles, you can do the raid with those vehicles?
Yeah, you could, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Or Rally of Himalayas or Rally of Chamba. In fact, the last Rally of Chamba was won by a budding driver in a Swift, prepared from our workshop.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
What should be the selection criteria of the vehicle? Say, for example, I have like 5-6 different options, and I have the money to buy the vehicle, and I have no idea what my comfort zone is going to be. So, what should I be thinking about?
First is try and drive all those cars, okay, and also see your budget, because running costs of each car is different,
Right.
for different rallies.
Okay.
So by running costs, I mean cost of spares, cost of service of those
Okay.
vehicles. Then when you have to, if you say with the Polo or with the Vitara, you run Rigers, cost of Rigers. So that is one thing. And then what you want to do. There are a lot of people who want to do stage rallying and not rallying in sand, or want to do only mountain rallies and not in, or only sand rallies, not in the mountain. Everybody has their own pick.
Okay.
Right, so depending on what you want to do, you should select your car.
Can you elaborate a little bit about the importance of having a good navigator?
See, as they say, your navigator is your wife inside the car. So you have to, have a good rapport and equation with that person, right? There are going to be arguments inside the car during rallying, and you don't have to take it to heart. You have to, and also have complete trust, because you are driving at a pace, the other person has complete trust in you. That's why they're sitting with you, right? And similarly, you are just going by what they are telling you which way to go, or giving you the navigation call
Blindly.
in extreme rallying.
Okay.
So they may say, for example, 400 meters straight, then 90 left into a 45-degree right. But you are doing this at a speed of say 60, 70, 80 kilometers an hour. But then you have to keep driving fast, so that you have to make time. Ultimately, you have to come out fastest.
So the
or
driver,
faster.
the driver has to just focus on how to take that 45-degree
And listen to the navigator.
listen to the
So you're
navigator.
picturizing the route as your navigator is telling you. So you have to train yourself to listen to somebody.
I've also heard that the driver is mentally, 2 turns behind or ahead. I'm not too sure how to put it, but basically the if
You
say, for
picturize
example-
2 turns ahead.
Yes, exactly.
It depends. It depends on your own driving style. There are some people who run five turns ahead. There are some people who run immediate turn ahead. It depends on your driving style and what you are comfortable with.
No, but isn't that in the navigator's control?
No,
for
it is-
example, अगर आगे मेरे turn है तो navigator ये turn तो बता चुका है, but वो मुझे अगला turn भी बता.
It is up to you how much you can remember.
Okay.
It's what you want. Navigator will give you the call, but ultimately you have to drive and listen to that call and take the car in that direction, right? So you have to hear that out, and then you have to decide for yourself. Okay, so after 1 or 2 rallies, you'll know, or maybe 1 or 2 stages, that what works for you. You can't generalize that really.
I'm sure.
There may be a navigation error also, but then it's up to you how you're going to correct it.
But tell me one thing, this might be a little sensitive question, but अगर navigator ने कुछ गड़बड़ कर दी, कुछ गलत बोल दिया, so does that lead to like a permanent disturbance in the relationship in future between the driver and the navigator?
That's what I'm saying. You need to have that confidence and trust and believe that, you know, even the driver can make mistakes,
Okay.
right? Or the tuner can make mistakes. Everybody can make mistakes.
Right.
Right. That's what I said in the beginning. Trust and finding the right people.
Okay. What are the top safety measures? And this question I'm asking again for the viewers or for all the budding rally drivers. What are the top safety measures that one should take before rally, while preparing the rally vehicle, and during the rally is going on?
So one is, first thing is, of course, all the safety measures that you have to put in a car, which is mandatory for a rallying, but also safety as in you need to be very careful before a rally or during a rally when you're testing your car, after service or before service.
Okay.
Yeah, people do make mistakes in the past. You know, there have been instances where people have been testing their car, they left the bonnet open, the bonnet has flown open during the rally while testing the car.
Okay.
Right? Broken the glass, you're out of the rally.
Okay.
Or have done work on the brakes and some eventuality has happened.
Okay.
So these are, or going for it completely at 100% rally pace just before the rally and having an accident or things like that. These are things you need to be careful of.
Okay.
And of course, yes, the safety features in a car, which is the roll cage, FIA seats, belts, and also choosing the right person again to build you the roll cage, using the right quality pipes, getting original rally equipment. There are a lot of fakes in the market.
Okay.
Like seat belts, seats, those fire suit, helmets.
Okay.
Those things should be looked into very carefully.
Can you elaborate a little bit about the kind of roll cage that you should be installing, and what exactly is the difference between a standard normal roll cage and a rally roll cage?
See, it depends. Rally roll cage, there is a specification. There is a drawing.
Okay.
Right, which is given by the Federation of Motorsports Clubs in India.
Okay.
Where they tell you that this is the design you have to follow, and as per the FIA norms.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that is there is not much changes you can do to that design.
Okay.
Because you have to follow that because it's a standard procedure and protocol for the safety of cars. Right. But what you need to personally figure out is the quality of pipes you are using.
Okay.
So you should be using seamless pipes.
Okay. According to you, what is the future of rallying in India? And you could be brutally honest about whatever you feel.
I think, there are a lot of challenges. First is finding places where rallies can be conducted. Second is support from administration and government and police to conduct these rallies, because you need a sanitized route for people to be able to drive for longer distances and at a fast pace. Right? And the other challenge that is there is lack of sponsors. And there is till a point people are spending money and doing this, but people are also looking for some kind of support where something, maybe fuel, maybe tires, some kind of support to start with.
Correct. And I think remuneration is also a problem. आज की डेट में मतलब अगर सामने वाले को ये है कि यार I'll be remunerated well after finishing a rally or winning a rally, फिर भी शायद
of course there will be many more people interested, but again, that it all comes down to sponsors. But also from the sponsors point of view, also one needs to acknowledge and accept what is the viewership.
Okay.
That also needs to be taken care of, right? Because they are spending money. What is their gain out of it?
हाँ, मतलब Indian rallying में from what I have seen is उतना coverage नहीं है.
Exactly.
Like a WRC.
Of course.
Or
Dakar.
Or Dakar for that matter. Both these rallies are another level altogether. यहाँ coverage होती है. And even in terms of medical support, you have, correct me if I'm wrong, but WRC, I think you have a chopper practically above every vehicle.
Not above every vehicle, but yeah, you do have choppers. But say Rally of Himalayas, which has been there for the last 2 years, they also have choppers in place for airvac and medical. So they are very professional in terms of their safety and evacuation.
Because raid never had it.
Raid never had, and that's why a lot of people didn't like to participate in the raid. Right. Learning from past experiences and mistakes, people have
I remember having a quick word with Gaurav Gill.
Yeah.
This is about 6-7 years back, and this is exactly the same thing he said. And it just, you just reconfirmed it. कि Raid वो जानबूझ के he got out of the typical Indian rally scene
Yeah.
because of this very reason कि यार कल को साला कुछ हो जाए तो बचा के कौन निकालेगा.
सही बात है. Because for him it is his profession. He is a professional rally driver. It is his bread and butter at the end of the day.
Right.
So he does have to take into consideration of these points.
Right.